Hello, hello. We are live. Welcome to Cooking with Chef Frank. My name is Frank Kramer, and I'm your host, and I'm the founder of Eat Like a Vegan Chef. Welcome to today's episode. In today's episode, we are going to talk about how to reclaim your health through food. Okay, so in order to understand how to reclaim our health, so to speak, is understanding the big picture. Very often, I get asked the question, okay, what do I need to do in order to improve my health? Um, it's very simple, but it's also very complex. So from that point of view, we want to look at the entire picture. What's important? First of all, in order to understand the process of improving one's health, we first need to know how we have gotten here. So from that point of view, it's really, really important to understand our healthcare system is not geared towards prevention. It's put a band-aid on a broken foot, so to speak. And don't get me wrong, our healthcare system is brilliant where it is, but it needs some tune-up, so to speak. It could use some improvements. And the key is really prevention. And that's not what's been talked about in our society. But again, what do we need to do in order to improve our health? We need to know where we came from. And in order to do that, we need to understand our eating culture. We need to understand why we have gotten here in the first place. Um, so, just for everyone who just joined us, if you don't mind saying hello, so I know you're there, because it's always nice to talk to an audience. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, okay, please give me a yes. If not, a no. Um, Thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, so in order to understand where we came from, where we're going, we need to understand our core principles of our eating culture. So it's not your fault that you love or used to love milk, meat, chicken, seafood. Most of us have been fed milk since infancy, including myself. So um, it's the government that is actually heavily influenced in the dairy and beef industry. It's our lobbyists that enable the government to support this industry. And I know all these people who work for the dairy and the meat industry, they have a job and they need to feed their family. Completely understand that, but we also need to understand the impact of eating animal products, and that's very important. Milk, most of us have been fed milk since the beginning, and that's of no fault to you or your parents. We have been told to do this because everyone said milk uh, has calcium, and calcium is good for your bones. Even though studies have shown that the people who drink the most milk have um, the least amount of calcium in their bones. So the issue is marketers have found a way to influence our youngest members, and that is the key. So when our kids are being told you should have milk, you should have white bread, you should have meat, or whatever it is, you should have processed foods, you should have the cereal, that's where one of the problem lies. And that is all ingrained in us. That is something where we have to stray away from. So basically, we have to unlearn where we came from and learn the new way of eating. So this is very, very important. That is one of the keys for your success. It's just to give you an example, the leading cause for death worldwide is high blood pressure. And high blood pressure is simply a lifestyle um, key. Basically, what we eat is who we are. And the one who has established the science for that was Dr. Campbell. You all know him from the China study. Um, he basically proved that animal products or animal protein in large amounts actually feeds cancer cells. So the next part is basically we need to know our comfort zone. Our comfort zone is where we find obviously comfort in. We eat things that make us feel good. And why is that? That's our hormones that sometimes are a little bit out of balance. And that's why our brain thinks, okay, in order to feel happy now, I need to eat something that makes me happy. And so from that point of view, when we crave something, we crave to make our body feel good. For instance, if we're down, we crave something either sweet or salty, depending what it is. And so that is a deficiency of one of our hormones, our feel-good hormones. So let's say you're down, okay, let's have a cake. Okay, you're going to feel good for a few minutes because the sugar creates the feel good hormone and you gives you a boost in how you feel. But that good feeling is going to be gone in no time. So, and there we go again. Then you crave it again and again and again. In order to offset that is basically adopt a new whole food plant-based lifestyle. And I'll get there in a moment. The reason the second reason is why we crave certain foods is because of memories. We, for instance, what do we eat for Thanksgiving? We eat turkey. So it for most people it's absolutely impossible to have a turkey dinner. I'm sorry, a Thanksgiving dinner without the turkey. So for us vegans and plant-based eaters, it's no question we're going to have everything but the turkey. And these are very often the most delicious ingredients and side dishes. So our memories are tied to what we're eating. So, for instance, if we, celebrate Christmas, we eat certain foods. Hanukkah, um, Easter, we all have these holidays that tie us together, and that's great. Um, our This brings me to the next one, our eating culture. um, Everyone is proud of their own eating culture, and it should be the way. It's great. We all have grown up this way, and that's fine. But I think it's time to tweak the culture. Not that you have to change it, but you can tweak it in such a way that you can implement certain vegetables instead of the animal products. It's all possible. And when you do that, you will see, you will feel so much better. Um, so we have covered eating culture, our comfort zone. How often we come home from work, and we're exhausted. What are we going to do? We grab a bottle of wine or grab a bottle of beer, a bag of chips, makes us feel good. Well, including myself too. I was one of them, and once in a while, I'm still gravitating to that. I am no exception. We are all emotional eaters at one point, and this is once we adopt this holistic plant-based lifestyle, it goes away. It goes slowly away. In the beginning, it's still there, but the more you adopt this holistic plant-based lifestyle, the less you crave these foods. So from that point of view, um, it gets better and better. The next one is your habits. Your habits is what you have created through your emotions. Um, you can create either good habits or bad habits, and it's up to you to change these habits. When you Very often, including myself and my family, every Friday afternoon or evening when we come from work, we get together as a family. We had a pizza or burgers or something like this. It was just simple food, um, delicious, but not necessarily healthy. And so from that point of view, we have created our own habits. If it's just once a week or once every 2 weeks, it's fine, not a problem. But unfortunately, we crave these foods more and more. The more we eat them, the more we crave them. So understanding these issues will open up the path to better health. When we go in the supermarket, very often we shop through our feelings. Just the next time you go in a supermarket and you're hungry, carefully think about the choices you make when you buy the ingredients. If you're hungry, you buy things that are really not necessary to buy. For instance, when you're hungry, you buy things you could eat immediately. But then when you come home, dinner is ready or dinner is served or lunch is served, then you eat what is there. And the food you have bought is going to be put in a refrigerator and not eaten. You eat it at a different time. At least this is how it's happening to me. That's why I avoid to go in a supermarket when I'm hungry, because you just buy things because of you're hungry, and you can avoid this by just having a little bit to eat before you go to the supermarket. The second thing is, when you go to the supermarket, you should have a list what you want to buy, and you should have a meal plan that you want to cook for. But most of us go in the supermarket, buy their foods, and then create the meal plan. That's why we have a lot of leftover in our refrigerators. It has been said that we have tons and tons of food left over in our refrigerators. I think the latest studies have said if we would collect all the leftover food, we could feed the entire world from those leftovers food. And this is what I'm trying to address. When you make or when you have a meal plan, you follow the meal plan. And according to the meal plan, you shop. That means you eat the food as you go. And if you have leftovers, you can freeze them. So from this point of view, it is crucial that you have a plan. And with a plan, you will succeed. When it comes to a whole food plant-based transformation or transition, preparation is the first key. If you prepare yourself to go on this transition or go on this journey, your chances of succeeding are much, much higher than if you don't prepare yourself. That means before you go on this preparation, on this journey, you want to tell your family members, your friends, everyone that you go on this journey. If you don't have their support, chances are that you may fail. If you have to prepare 2 different meals, that's another burden on you. If no one wants to follow this lifestyle, then you are more likely to fail in this journey. So it's very important that you bring all your family members, your friends, up to par, and you tell them, please support me in this journey. Very, very important. Following a system, following a plan is half the battle. Once you know what to do, it's so much easier to transition to a whole food plant-based lifestyle. Because let's say, for instance, if we come home on a Wednesday night, we don't have food. What are we going to do? We order in, order out, and that takes us off the beaten path. Meaning, when you have a plan, you eat certain foods. They are all whole food plant-based. You don't eat certain foods. You don't eat oil. You don't eat processed foods and other things, animal products. Then if you don't have food at home ready, you go out. And that's the problem. You're not going to get the same food that you have at home. So that's one chance you miss to stay on the plan. Batch cooking is one of the most important basics of a whole food plant-based lifestyle. If you don't batch cook, you'll most likely not succeed. It's just simply because, as I mentioned before, if you don't have the food ready, you stray from the path. And that's so important. Last but not least is accountability. If you don't have the accountability, you more or less likely to, I wouldn't say fail, but you're not going to have the success that you actually have with accountability. And accountability could be through a partner, spouse, family member, or through us, or through me. And so accountability is big, big, big in when it comes to a whole food plant-based lifestyle. It's just the name of the game, so to speak, because it's so difficult to get away from the eating culture we have been on for the last 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. They're very difficult. For some of you, it's very easy, but for some of us, it's very, very difficult. And so from that point of view, it's very, very, very beneficial. Okay, so while we're at it, I would like to introduce to you my new Health Momentum workshop, which is next Monday, March 21st. It's free. It has way more information than I just gave you, way more. Actually, I go into detail of what you need to do, how to do, and what you need to do to create the lifestyle of your dreams. And I'm not just saying this so lightly. I'm putting my 2 years of coaching experience or 10 years of vegan chef experience or 30 years of cooking experience into a 60-minute workshop. So that means everything what I have learned in the last 10, 20, 30 years, I have systemized, put it in workshop, and you will actually get a worksheet which you can follow along, create your own goal, and go away from this workshop with a clear goal in mind, what you want to achieve. And we are going to have this workshop every month, meaning every month we are going to follow up. You can join the workshop and we all get together. And this is going to be on Zoom. So this workshop, this one today, I mean, obviously on Monday is going to be on Zoom, but every other meeting will be on Zoom as well. So we can see each other, we can interact with each other and formulate a goal and then follow up every month. It's very powerful. It's a very supportive community. I think it's a first of its kind. I haven't heard anything about this. I think it's going to be a game changer. So one of the few things I'm going to discuss in this workshop is basically, first of all, imagine you're being given the secret to health. That's the overall. The second one is the quickest way to enjoy all day energy, the correct way of preparing yourself to go plant-based. The three keys no one is talking about, and it's not what you think. These three keys are so important. If you don't do them, you will not succeed in it, or at least not in a way that you could. And of course, we talk about how to remove and restore unhealthy eating habits. And the bonus is basically you get a worksheet that guides you from A to Z. So anyone can reclaim their health. Anyone can create a goal and work according to this worksheet. and then next month we're going to meet again, and we'll discuss your goals and your progress. So it's, to me, it's my best workshop ever, in my opinion, and I invite you to join me next Monday. You can actually sign up here. I'm going to put it right here in the comments. This is the link to sign up for this workshop, and it's going to be really interesting. Even the ones who have been with me, even for years, there will be something new for you as well. I have been working on this workshop for the last few months, and I think it's going to be, very enlightening, interesting, and for some of you, definitely a game changer. Let me see if we have any questions here. I see we have quite a few. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Shalini. Hi, Karen. Hi, Linda. Okay. Karen says, I need a change. I always have my fridge stocked with fruits and veggies. Groceries are getting so expensive. Oh my goodness. Yes. That's another thing what we're going to talk about as well. How to shop the most effective way. It's actually easier than you think. And we'll go about this too. It might be a good idea to eat and go shopping. Yes, yes, absolutely, Shalini. Yes. Okay, Karen is saying we have to change our thinking and learn new habits. Yes, absolutely. Have a plan. That's what Karen says. Absolutely. Uh, Good. Karen said she signed up already. Excellent. Very good. If you're a member, you don't have to sign up. You will be already. I will send you the link. But everyone else, I would definitely sign up. It's worthwhile. I promise you. Good. Okay. That's for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It will be much more in detail on Monday on our health momentum workshop. I promise you it's going to be a game changer. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me by email or Facebook. Definitely, it's worth your time. Good. Okay. Before I forget, tomorrow we have guest speaker Raditya. She's going to talk about meditation, compassion, and emotions. This is going to be a real treat for anyone who is, who is busy, who needs some time off and need to relax. This is the time for you tomorrow. Tomorrow, Friday, March 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Good. Okay. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Have a green smoothie instead of a green beer. Okay. And take care, be safe, and think plant-based.